Hey guys, happy Tuesday, and thank you again for our class captains for keeping it down. I'm sure that everything will be going just fine with the leadership of those three, and especially considering you guys are seniors, I think it'll be just fine as far as these next few days in government class. Thanks again. And yeah, make sure if you haven't already that you're going through these three questions. So we've got these three questions that are going to be kind of leading into what we're going to be doing today as far as today's assignment. So hopefully you've had a chance to be able to go through that. Okay, so for today we're going to be going into specifically freedom of speech in relation to public schools. So not only high schools, but also once you get into college, for those of you that are going to be continuing on to college. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on today. So as you can see here, and here in a little bit, you're going to be getting into this. So why don't you go ahead and open up 3-13. And part one, you're going to be taking a look at a video. So our class captains will be getting things fired up. And this is basically getting into different scenarios of limitations to freedom of speech. So especially once you get into a college situation, what limitations there are to freedom of speech. It's not just some big blanket that everything is freedom of speech. There are some things that you cannot do in regards to freedom of speech. So it'll get into that. Then you're going to be going into part two, which is in relation to the First Amendment in high schools. So like it says, with a partner, so you can work with your tables on this, you're going to read through the topic, two different topics that you guys can just choose. So within these two topics, you'll see on the assignment, you're going to describe two important court case precedents that relate to your category. And for each case, you're going to include the title of the case, the date of the decision, and a description of the precedent. Remember that word precedent is basically like what decision that case sets for future cases. So lawyers can go ahead and cite that case to be able to say, see, in this case, this is what they decided. So that's what you're going to be looking for as far as the precedent goes. And then if you'd like to work with the other group, the other partnership at your table to be able to get the other one, otherwise you and your partner can just do another one. So you see here we've got these, this is what it looks like. We've got the Pledge of Allegiance in schools. We've got newspapers and yearbooks. We've got a pretty robust newspaper and yearbook here at DHS, so that might be applicable to some of you guys. Cyber speech and cyberbullying, speaking out in school. Books and like the school library, which is why we had that one related to in the warm-up, and then clothing, dress codes, and uniforms. So again, two topics. If you'd like to just do two different topics with your partner, otherwise you can learn about one of them from a different partnership at your table. And then two different court cases that are precedents for that topic, when the decision was made, and what the precedent was for each court case. All right, so this is really important to be able to do this because starting on Thursday, you guys are going to be getting into something in relation to this, where you guys are actually going to choose one of these topics and you're going to create a website using Google Sites to be able to share about this topic with the rest of the class. And we'll do that once we come back together on Monday. So I wanted to make sure to be a part of that when I come back. So I could have had you guys do that on Friday, but I was a little bit selfish and I said, you know what? I'm going to put it off until Monday so I can be a part of that because I think it's really interesting and I want to see what you guys are able to do. But that's all we got for today, for Tuesday. And then we'll go ahead and use what we learned from today to be able to start that website on Thursday. And then you have Thursday and most of the day on Friday to be able to go ahead and work on that website. All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And again, thank you to those class captains. There is a substitute teacher that also is able to help out as far as anything that you need. But honestly, I'm really counting on you guys to be able to kind of run things as far as how you know you should. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.